So there's a couple of things that I've been discovering, so to say. I will not go beyond discovery as of now. So within Paperclip and Hermes, both Hermes. So yeah, I better start calling it Hermes because nobody is calling it Hermes. So uh, within Paperclip and Hermes Agent, there are a couple of things I've been discovering and quite interesting. So if you look at what is here, mm, this is on the Ubuntu, and on the Linux, this is probably where you will have your the Hermes directory, and that's where it is. It's like a hidden dir, so that's the dot in front of it, whatever. So also your soul.md and your memories are being stored here. So the first interesting thing obviously will be to go ahead and see the soul. I haven't seen this. Let's see. Uh, so yeah, it says Hermes agent. This is your persona. This file defines the agent's personality and tone. The agent will embody whatever you write here. You're a warm, playful assistant. Cow emoji occasionally. No fluff, just facts. This file is loaded fresh each message. No restart needed. Delete the contents of this file to use the default personality. Okay, yeah. So all that is fine. And why I actually landed up here to try and understand how these guys are integrating with, and I hope I pronounced this correctly, Obsidian, right? So Obsidian has been around for a while now, obviously, but this is being marketed quite strongly by Claude Code and Hermes and I think Paperclip also. Paperclip, I'm not 100% sure. Uh, but yeah, seems that way to me now that I'm kind of going through most of this. And quite well documented, what basically happens is that you end up creating a vault, and once you create a vault, that becomes your area, so to say, where you go ahead and save your documents. And most of the documents, I think, are being saved in a markdown format. So I was just going through some of this as to how this is happening, and quite interesting. And they have this entire uh, dedicated tools plugin and everything, right? So how will it Hermes agent, Obsidian, and Obsidian Vault. So this is how it will happen, and seems pretty straightforward to set up. That is one thing. Second thing, they say this is not your memory which you will refer to every day, because obviously that memory.md is something which will probably have to be sent to the language model, whichever one that is you end up using, whether Claude or any of the OpenAI ones through Codex or whatever it is that you're doing. To the foundation model, you'll have to send the memory.md. But whatever is on Obsidian, depending on the task, whether you would want your that particular agent to access this or not, is what will basically guide whether your Obsidian vault or its content is getting read or not. So that is one thing. Then okay, so this I was just trying to see what Obsidian is all about. Fine. So that's one thing. And what else have we been up to? So this is the memory .md which got created uh, yesterday when I was just doing some initial things with Hermes. I haven't done anything much, and I went ahead and told it very clearly, saying that this is what you need to persist in your memory, and it's gone and done that. It said, okay, fine, the root directory is this, strict rule, no code, this thing. So I told it very explicitly. That's why this has come here. Besides that, I'm not really sure if just randomly you are mentioning something, then what really happens, I'm not really aware, and how this memory.md is getting populated, to what extent it is storing things here, instructions and things to that effect, we don't really know. But this is very similar to what OpenClaw does, right? So OpenClaw introduced this soul.md. I don't think so this concept of the soul.md existed before OpenClaw introduced it. And yeah, so that is one. Okay, now let's launch this to see what happens. So still DeepSeek, we've, oh God, what happened here? The colors have changed. So that's just a cheap trick. That is something really cheap that I've been doing, which is I went and changed the colors in the Python file where this was. I don't remember, the banner.py or something. So yeah, just went and changed some colors there because I was not liking that very yellowish, whatever. So anyway, so this is just a very silly thing to do. And with paperclip, I've been reading up whole lots. Oh, sorry. So okay. So this is paperclips skill.md, and why this is being utilized and how this is being utilized is uh, that if you want to create a new adapter, agent adapter, so I don't know if this one came up. Did this come up? Yeah. So what I was doing yesterday, I was just playing around with this, right? And we were just looking at what all agents are there and how you can look at all the agents and everything. So if you look at all of the agents that I ended up creating here, so this one is a Hermes agent. This one also Hermes agent, Hermes or Hermes agent, and it's using that DeepSeek this thing V4 Pro, and this is a PyMono agent. Now the point is they've given you all of these adapters. Adapters is basically nothing but integrations for Hermes and Pi and Claude and Codex and everything. But what if you wanted to create your own adapter, right? So you would end up using this, creating a paperclip agent adapter, and this is a skill.md. So um, Oh, so why write a skill.md? Why not just you give you documentation? Because the skill.md can be utilized by Claude Code or by any of these coding agents or the coding models to go ahead and follow this and accordingly create a new adapter. So if I was in the mood to kind of blow up some tokens right now, you could just end up passing this file as the prompt to Claude Code, and you probably would have a new adapter. You could do it for Olama, for Llama C++. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it will not just work out of the box. But this is how they've given very clear instructions what needs to be done. So you can end up creating a adapter for any of the new this thing integrations. Okay. Now having gone through few more things here. Uh, I was slightly scandalized to see how these guys are. Okay, this is the same file basically. How these guys are naming their branches. Okay, I was slightly shocked. Shocked is not the word, but I was kind of scandalized. Uh, so The branches, and if I were to just uh, say claw over here, you'll see why does open claw try so hard to do whatever God knows. That's a strange branch name, yeah. So if I were to go here, you can see it much better. And we say branches, and you go and search here just for the heck of it. I don't know why I'm wasting my time doing this, but it was very interesting. So somebody has gone ahead and I don't know who that is. So somebody's gone ahead and why does OpenClaw try so hard? What's part of its service? A secret sauce for code for a long time. Then networking discovery and binding. What could we learn from this? Review OpenClaw's docs on networking discovery. So uh, I don't know. Just makes me feel strange because if you go to one of these branches, you'll see that there is a contribution by whoever the owner is of the. I think he's the maintainer of this, right? Um, Paperclip. Or you can also see sometimes contributions done with the Cloud Code or Codex or whatever. So have they gone ahead and given this as a prompt, and the branch has got some commits. I don't know. Maybe I don't really. So uh, quite interesting. The Obsidian integration. A few things that I have seen now with the and Obsidian. I observed has got quite a number of stars and a very popular organization. Uh, few things I want to share before this becomes boring, so to say. This is where I'm tracking everything. So this is where I've gone ahead and tracked everything, so to say, and I put some old code also here for prompt optimization, right? And if you look here, it says architectural plan, and you see very clearly that prompt optimization, and this was created on a certain session. This has been done by OpenClaw using Claude models in the background. So very clearly, I gave it some very basic instructions, and this went ahead and did this. This is a good example of how you can prompt it and ensure that it spins up subagents and everything and divides tasks. Uh, and accordingly it does everything in a very structured manner, and it gave me all of this code almost out of the box after I've done that. And there's more code, but I haven't really put everything here. So look, so you see this is the code execution plan, and OpenClaw was given the task of being the code agent lead, and it was told very clearly that you'll be given for sub agents who will basically go ahead and execute the tasks, and you need to plan. So if I do this, just a cheap way of quickly looking through this. So sub agent 1, sub agent 2, sub agent 3, what were their tasks, uh, and sub agent assignments very clearly. This way of giving descriptions and getting the work done worked very well with OpenClaw. And the same thing when I tried with Hermes, like I put in my earlier posts and everything, I'm not sure if that worked very well. Okay. Then, um, what I'm also doing is whatever it is that I'm able to now certain for a paperclip and others, I'll go ahead and put it here. And this is some ROS code which we'll just kind of use as an experimental this thing for agents to kind of do a couple of things on. And this is some of the again, examples of what was done with OpenClaw, and so again, you can see that over here how nicely some of this got executed, and probably again to be used as references for some of the things that we'll end up doing here in this repo. Uh, so yeah, that's about it for now.